Okay, so looking at chapter 2, looking at the first question, describe the various types of behaviors marketers want to change. So, a couple of the examples they gave in the chapter is getting people to recommend the product, to hopefully get other people to buy it. The other one was we want people that don't like a similar product to yours to try yours, so we want to get that behavior change. We also want people who like a similar product to try your product as well. And then another behavior that was mentioned is we want people that like the product you already have to continue to buy more of the product. So the product they used in the chapter was the beer. So we want people to recommend your beer, people that like beer try your beer, um, uh, people that like a similar beer to try your beer, and once people like your beer, you want them to buy more and more and more. Um, Going to look at the second question is the behavioral propensity um, question, and this is just talking about how conditions have to be right for an action or behavior change to occur. So you need to have a motivation, a capacity, and an opportunity to do so in order for the behavior to change optimally. So, excuse me. These three terms need to be met to adopt behavior. There needs to be a positive outlook for the individual. They need to be able to perform the task, and there has to be no constraints on them being able to perform the task. And then looking into describing motivation and some examples. So, motivation is something that provides some sort of incentive for behavior. You get some sort of reward for it. And it's put together from two different things, typically one being individual incentives and the other one being these social norms that kind of guide us. So the individual incentive is something that rewards you to some capacity. So this can just be like getting pleasure out of the action, or some sort of physical reward or excitement, something along these lines, or just to avoid the opposite end of the spectrum, which is like some form of punishment or pain or discomfort. And then the other thing that guides us is social norms, which are constraints that are put on us by society. So we don't want to look bad to others or look different. And there's a certain standard that we hold other people to and ourselves to. So we want to avoid looking weird or bad to others. So, an example that I thought of is just like, I'm motivated to wash my clothes because clean clothes makes me feel good. But at the same time, there's also social norms that you're supposed to A, look good, and B, smell good. And you don't want to look gross or smell gross to other people, so you wash your clothes. Moving on to the E's section. This is just the difficulty that the task or behavior that we're being asked to do or being coerced to do. The easier it is, the more likely we are to do it because it takes less effort for us. We don't want to do something hard. We want to do something that's easy. So this can just be something like a behavior being more accessible or something being slightly closer to us than something else. Going off the clothes example again, I'm more likely to wash my clothes if I have an in-unit washer and dryer because A, it's closer and I don't got to leave my house, and B, it doesn't cost me any money. Another example is like product placement on shelves. So if I'm not 100% sure what I want to buy going into a store, I'm more likely to buy something at eye level because I can just reach out and grab it versus having to look up or crouch down to grab the product. So I'm more likely to take that route just because it's simple and easy for me. Looking at the Weight Watchers experiment, a simple example that's similar that I came up with is just like soft drinks. So one of the rooms can have like things like water hydration drinks up front in higher quantities versus like sodas in the back at smaller quantities, and then the opposite in the other room. So higher quantities of soda up front, water, hydration drinks like Gatorade, juices, things of that nature, typically a little more healthy, towards the back in smaller quantities. And that kind of whole experiment just kind of plays off the ease to get something. So like another idea I thought of is like, how milk's put in the back of grocery stores. So because it's an essential in most households. So in order to get to the milk, you have to go all the way to the back of the store, which makes it easier for you to grab other products on the way. And this is more of like an organization strategy by stores, rather than like an ease thing. Another better example is like how they put candy at checkout stands, because you're like, ooh, I want candy, and it's right there and I can just grab it. Super quick, super easy. And then the last one, use an example of a behavior you want to change, and then put it in the framing grid. So the thing I chose is just like getting somebody to work out. So high motivation, high ease. You already have a person that likes to work out, and then you provide them with a free gym membership and trainer. Versus a high motivation, low ease. They already like to work out, but they have to buy their own membership. Low motivation, high ease. Person doesn't like to work out, but you give them the membership and the trainer. Where low motivation, low ease. They don't like to work out, and they have to go buy their own membership. So we obviously want to be in this high motivation, high ease situations, because it's really easy to change behavior there, versus like low motivation, low ease. Like it's going to be very difficult to sway somebody's mind in that scenario.